What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am here to bring you my very first eye swatching video. I'm excited. I think it went pretty well. I think you guys may enjoy it. For me, what I have found is that eye swatching videos really just show you, the consumer, and me as the purchaser, what the diversity and the versatility each and every eyeshadow has. Not every eyeshadow can be both a lid shade and blended beautifully in the crease. Not every shade is as pigmented as the others, and I think for me that's really what I take away from eye swatch videos, and that's genuinely why I wanted to do this. I want to see if you guys are interested in these things. I watch them sometimes. I don't watch them every time somebody I follow actually posts them, but I think they are beneficial in their own right, and I wanted to show it with you guys. So I hope you guys are excited. I did also record this look. I will have it linked down below. It should be up before this video, and it will be a first impressions with the palette I'm eye swatching today, which is The Reasons from DJ Unique Boutiques shop. So that's all I have for you guys. Let's get into the eye swatches. Alrighty guys, so like I said in the intro, I'm just here to bring you an eye swatch video. I've never done one of these before, but I figured because the three best friends, or the two best friends, if you will, of DJ have already gotten their first impressions and really a tutorial out for this palette, I figured other than like a 3 looks 1 palette, the only other video that may be useful to you guys is an eye swatch video. And from what I can gather, eye swatch videos really are used to determine the consistency of the product, and also the blendability, and of course the formulation of the eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do is I've scouted a couple of different YouTubers who do these on a regular. I will have their channels linked down below. Nikki Raven is one that does them on pretty much every palette that she reviews or talks about on her channel. Also, Bad to the Brow, Millie, she does a lot of eye swatches. Her eye swatches tend to be more on the multi-chrome side, but regardless, they both do multi-chrome, or they both do eye swatches, so I will have both channels linked down below for you guys. As for how I'm going to do them, I'm going to just use my Nomad Cosmetics primer. Like I've said multiple times, this primer is unfortunately not something you guys can get, but I think it is comparable to the Urban Decay primer and every other primer in that same realm. So what I'm going to do is just take each eyeshadow. I'm going to be using my E25 from Sigma. There are a lot of alternative brushes that look the very same, and basically I chose this brush because you can pack it on if you use the side of the brush, but you can also blend it out if you use the tip. And so I figured this would be the perfect brush to get the maximum out of all of the shadows. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to go right into it. So first we're going to start off with Hot Cider, which is the standalone orange in this palette. Okay, I just scooted in a little bit. But yeah, that is Hot Cider. What I'm going to do to clean off my brush is I'm going to be using my color switch in between, and I'm just going to continue to use the same exact brush, so there's no favoring, even though I have brushes that have the same structure. Next, I'm going to go into the shade called Gifts. This is the first metallic that I'm going to be going across. So here we are, we have our first matte and our first metallic. Once again, this is Hot Cider and this is Gifts. Okay, next we're going to be going into the shade Mistletoe, and this is another matte. So this is Mistletoe. And now on this side, we're going into Evergreen. And Evergreen is another matte. Alrighty. So these are the two mattes for this eye look. This is Mistletoe and this is Evergreen. Time to take her off. Alrighty, and just to be fully transparent, I actually went ahead and did the instant dry brush spray on my brush, and I think I'm gonna do that at the end of every row. So we're gonna keep going and we're gonna hit our next metallic, and this is in the shade Holiday. So this is Holiday. And then on this side, we're gonna put Family. Alrighty, so on this side we have Holiday, on this side we have Family. Alrighty, we're getting into our next two metallics. The first one is Christ. That's Christ. And next we're going to get into Frosty. Alrighty, so this is Frosty and this is Christ. Alrighty guys, so I have 4 more shadows left. Next we have Firewood. So this is Firewood, and on this eye I'm gonna put Winter. Alrighty guys, so this side is Firewood and this side is Winter. Clean off my brush one more time, clean off my eyes one more time, and I'm gonna bring you guys the last 2 shadows in this palette. Alrighty, we're freshly primed, ready for the last 2 shades. First, we're going into Tradition. So this is Tradition, and on this eye, we're gonna do our last metallic, which is Celebrate. Alrighty guys, so this eye has Tradition and this eye has Celebrate. So that's the end of the eye swatches. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Could have been a lot worse, could have been a lot easier. We'll see. I hope you guys like the footage, and let's just go back to my normal programming so I can tell you guys how I am enjoying this palette so far. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed the eye swatches. Pretty much I think all of the shadows are very versatile and beautifully pigmented and all that jazz. I think the one shadow that had the most difficulty would be Hot Cider. I actually do have that in my transition and crease area today, and I think it worked beautifully for that. Whether I would take the time to really try and mess with it and apply it on my lid and then blend it as a one shadow look, probably not, but I think it still showed well, and I think it was really interesting and nice that all of these metallics look to be blending out beautifully and just seamlessly. It didn't look like there was any patchiness or anything in that, and I felt like all of the other mattes both applied beautifully on the lid and also blended beautifully in the crease, etc, etc. So I am fair game with this palette. I don't have any buyer's remorse as of right now, nor do I think I'm going to have any in the future. And yeah, I think we're doing good. Stay tuned for my 3 looks 1 palette, which will be coming up hopefully soon. Who knows? Not your girl. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, y'all, Black lives do matter. Please remember to wear a mask at all all times. Please also remember to register and vote, and I'll see you guys in my next video.